During a congressional hearing in 1953, General Motors President Charles Wilson, nominated as U.S. Secretary of Defense, sought to blunt questioning from a senator, implying that the CEO's business leadership could compromise his public service and place corporate interest ahead of national interest. Wilson countered that his firm's welfare actually goes with the welfare of the country, and what was good for our country was good for General Motors. There was some truth in Wilson's hyperbole. GM had emerged as America's premier car producer in the 1930s, and by the 1950s, the company and the country indeed seemed geared to prosper from one another's prosperity. General Motors assembled more than half the cars sold in the United States, making it the #1 automaker in the world's #1 auto market. It came as a shock, then, when a Japanese competitor eclipsed General Motors' American production in 2021. Toyota overtakes GM as best-selling automaker, headlined The Wall Street Journal. While General Motors sold 2.2 million vehicles in the United States that year, Toyota retailed 2.3 million, up from 0 when Wilson sought to defend his integrity. Who would have ever anticipated, then, that such a reversal of fortune would come to America one day, especially since Japanese companies had hit a wall in the 1990s, in what became known as the Lost Decade. Prices deflated, shares flattened, and companies contracted, from great growth to the Great Retreat. That Japanese expansion fell well behind other nations was doubly surprising, since Japan had until then been so far ahead. 6 of the world's 20 largest banks were headquartered in Tokyo. Japanese investors owned Rockefeller Center, and Sony owned consumer electronics. Harvard sociologist Ezra Vogel's Japan as #1, published in 1979, became a bestseller, and UCLA business academic William Uchi explained why. In stark contrast to the American way of cost-cutting and profit-taking, Japanese managers placed their faith in consensus-building, quality manufacturing, and forward thinking. And it worked. The Japanese model had become so compelling that it attracted its own labels, like quantum mechanics in physics. Professor Uchi formulated one tag that especially appealed to observers outside Japan, Theory Z, and it emerged as a global benchmark.